Hello, you're welcome to Motherhood and Beyond. This is Monami
The author of Zeus Well.
and Obapa Queer.
Oh, grrr.
Hi, everyone. You are welcome to Motherhood and Beyond once again. It's been 2 weeks now. Yeah, we kind of miss you guys a little bit. Our last episode, we spoke about Meghan Markle and Prince William and, all the Prince Harry and all the royal family stuff. Pardon me, I definitely am the royal family expert, but oh well. And obviously, the episode came out before we watched the interview, and woo, that was peak interview. So there's so much we could have spoken about, but obviously because we did it before the interview, couldn't get into all of that. Maybe one day we'll get another opportunity to dive more into racism and all of that in the UK. So today we're just gonna take it something light, because I feel like I'm exhausted from this pandemic and lockdown. And I just let's just talk about something, a bit different, but most of us can relate to. That's adulting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are adults now. Well, we've been adults for a while.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
A very long
But
while.
I think, it sunk in after you had kids more, though, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah. And once you become legally an adult, there are certain things that changes in obviously your life, because obviously the law expects you to do things in particular where the consequences of your actions are very different to what a child would get. And then apart from that, you get the family responsibilities and your own personal pressures, peer pressures. Everything is like how you have to behave, make sure you're getting your life together, all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna kind of dive into that. Yeah.
Okay, so obviously most people when you're younger, you're like, oh, I can't wait till I grow up. And then you grow up.
Yeah.
What a journey it is, because obviously when you're younger, you're saying you want to grow up because you want to be able to do your own thing and all of that. But what you forget that with the reward of being able to do your own thing comes the responsibility as well. So it's weird. It's weird. I mean, the freedom of it is nice, I guess.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I mean, I say freedom, but we both have children, so it's very, very hard to be so free.
Yeah, that too.
I don't like the bills part, obviously. That's the worst part. Because it feels like the older you get, the more bills come in. You're like, so much more to pay. But I don't know. What would I say to younger me?
Yes. That's a good question.
What would I say to younger me? I'd probably say enjoy being a youth more, because I feel like school days were the best time of our life one. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. What would you say to younger you?
Do I even know? I think I would say don't think too much and don't plan too much. Because, with me, like, I'm a thinker, I'm a planner. Like, I think like 5 years ahead. It's like by the time I get there, I need to already know what I'm going to do. And I feel like that stripped away quite a lot of my youthfulness or the teenage fun that I should have had, because instead of having the drunken night, I was actually
She's trying to lie to you people. She had a few drunken nights.
I did have a few, but I could have had more, you know what I mean? Like, I could have had more. I could have had a lot more fun if I wasn't such a thinker and a planner and just a very futuristic person. Like my focus was always on the future. And my focus was always on what I want to be, what I want to achieve. But the funny thing is, I'm not someone who really had like age tag, what's his name, connected to anything I wanted to do. It's just that I knew like I want to do this, I want to be this person, I want to be that. Because of that, I feel like there were so many times that things which have been a bit more liberating and exciting, I sort of shield away from it because I have a saying that you never know where you're going to be in the future, and you don't want somebody coming back, when you become like the, you know what I mean? That woman up there, and then this is some next person in there, like now, social media, growing up, it wasn't that much, but someone in the comment section just telling people how much of a shithead you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have been. So I always had like, I had those things at the back of my mind. And I'll even like repeat it to people as advice. I'm like, you don't know where you're gonna be. You don't know someone.
Boy, do we remember.
Exactly. So I would tell my young self, just have a bit more fun. Like, just don't think too much about the future and don't plan too much, because as an adult and at my age now, I have come to realize that things falls in place and things always happen as they were supposed to happen. And it's like our life is a journey, and all you have to do is do your part, in the sense that when you wake up in the morning, brush your damn teeth. You get what I'm trying to say? So that when you become, I'm just saying something on a lighter note, so that when you become an adult, your teeth are not going to be falling out. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? That's a very stupid example to give, but just do your part. Just don't stress too much. Do the education. Don't stress too much. Do the learning. Don't stress too much about the grades. You know what I mean? But these things, I feel like sometimes are easier said than done.
Of course.
When you're going through the process, you can't help but think, stress, and plan about things, especially if you really care about what you want to achieve. So even though I'm saying this to my younger self, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still stressing. I'm still thinking. I'm still analyzing everything, because that's just I guess the kind of person I am, innit? But yeah, the bills, as Akia said, the bills are a lot. And sometimes you just meet someone who will just knock on your door and be like, do you mind me taking your light bill off your head? Or go live in some African jungle somewhere that you don't have to care about all these bills. Like, those people in that life, they must be having the best of lives, because
swear, sometimes I look, so like I'm seeing loads of obviously videos of people like moving back to Ghana and stuff like that, and sometimes I'm just like, oh,
honestly, I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
I can't wait. Lately, it's funny because that's what we talk about. Like, my partner and I, we're always talking about. We want to go.
We got the plan for it, but
we're not ready yet.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do an episode about that like soon.
Yeah. So what would you say? If you had the opportunity to be a child again, would you take that opportunity? And why would you? Why?
Not a child.
She's like, oh, this nookie I'm getting, you want me to get rid of that?
a child again. Definitely not a child again. Maybe like from sixth form. Do you remember from sixth form? Because we used to have like free periods. We could go out and do whatever we wanted. We had free bus then as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Free bus.
Oh, that £1 shopping trips. Yeah.
Risky.
Yeah, risky. Oh my God. You know that £5 clothes and the £2.50. Remember, your boyfriend thinks I'm cute.
Oh my days. No, yeah. I think maybe back to sixth form times.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then I'd end right before my second year of uni.
Well, that's when it became real.
It was still kind of, mellow. Second year was when shit got real. Like you had to realize that, I gotta pull up and do stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. What about you? Would you go back?
I will not go. I don't think I'll go back to. It's crazy because this film was late. So, but when it comes to like with home experience, I wouldn't go back to that. You know what I mean? The school experience, I'll go back to that. Obviously, I'm gonna take that part out and jump all the way to 21.
21 was good actually. Yeah. I remember.
I feel like my best year or the year that I loved most, not because I did anything extreme or anything, but because I feel like I was allowed to still act stupid, behave like a child, even though I'm an adult. Do whatever you want, got judged, but still like, yeah, she's still growing. 25.
I feel like for me, it was my 24th year running up to my 25th year.
Yeah. Around that age, because you are growing. You're
still growing. Yeah. And I think around then, was I working? No, I wasn't working part-time then. I thought I was working part-time then, but I wasn't. But yeah, no. Around, 24 to 25, that was a good.
And that was the times that the clubs were lit as well.
Yeah. Oh.
That was the time that the clubs were. Yeah, that was good times, isn't it? Like,
that was good times. Yo, let me go get my gun. What? We all look like, excuse you, sir.
Yeah, like, remember when, was it who and I got, was it you and I? Stuck on the
toilet. No, this was not funny. Guys, okay, let's explain the story, otherwise it sounds a little bit mad.
Just thinking that's the toilet like this shit.
So we went to a rave, and as it was about to end, we like to leave early because we don't want to see all the rubbish happening. So we're leaving early in good timing. Other people are also leaving early because, they don't want to deal with all the ruffians and the mess.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately for us,
the rubbish was starting way before leaving time.
It was starting way too early.
Yeah.
So we were going to go and get our coats, wasn't it? And then some guy just came barging us. The girls were waiting for the toilet or something, and he pushed 5 girls into the toilet with him, and he ran in with us. And he had his hand on the door because some guys were chasing him because he had danced with some girl or something. It was something.
He had a knife or something like that. Yeah.
And they were trying to open, and I have to give it to him because he was one guy, and he held the door for about 6 guys trying to push. And those girls were like, yeah.
I remember, the toilet was like this side. And some of us were standing on the toilet seat. And I have that tiny claustrophobia, anxiety thing going on. And I was like, oh my God, we're going to die.
I mean, at the time it was not funny, but now when I look back at it, I'm just like, oh my Jesus, all of this happened. Like,
It felt
yeah,
like, you
man.
know what? Now, when I think about it, during those times, yeah, I developed proper anxiety for nightclubs
Yeah, I
that I
remember.
wanted to go, but
But
I
you
was so
wasn't. So
scared
I
because each
remember.
time we went, seemed like one of us was gonna die. Like,
I remember. Oh my days.
crazy
No,
times,
it's
crazy
so
times.
crazy.
But those times I see like now, they're exciting, like
Yeah, now you can sit there and laugh about it. You can say it to your
yeah,
children one day and be like, back in my day.
you know. We used to run into the toilet when the ninth man is coming, like it was that peak. And so yeah, I
Oh,
would go to those times because I feel
mm,
like those times, like I was living on my own.
yeah, you were.
I had more independence, freedom.
Mm,
I could do whatever. So it was
mm,
good to just go out, just come back with our mate. Remember when we go out sometimes and the trains were not running
mm-hmm.
or they hadn't started because obviously the nightclubs closes before the train station opens. So
Mm.
we had to stay at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah.
We
I
had to stay at McDonald's sometimes. And
was being
sometimes it
real.
would be so cold and our feet will be freezing. So we'll be walking like in them very flat, like dolly shoes. And your
Yeah,
toes are numb.
rough boy. The struggle has been real.
So
Days.
yeah.
It's funny as well because now that we can actually go out and have like the freedom, and when I say now, I mean at our age, we can go
Yeah.
out and actually have the freedom to like, drink all night and do all of that. We don't want to do it.
It's not that we don't want to do it. Like our preferences have changed.
I
You
don't
know
want to
what I
do it.
mean? You don't want
I
to
don't
do
want to
it.
go to the club all night.
Oh no, not club. That's what I'm saying. Like our preferences have changed
Hell
because
yeah.
I want to go to the bar, just sit down, have some
Oh.
cocktails,
Mm-hmm.
2 for 1. I want to go to the bar. I want to go to the restaurants. I want
Mm.
to, I want to do those things,
I want
which
to go
can,
for brunch.
I
Mm.
want to go for brunches. You know what I mean? Which as
Yeah.
adults, going back to adulting,
Mm.
are quite expensive.
Yeah.
They come with, I mean, when we used to go clubbing, as obviously like
I'm not
young
free.
mate, free before 11. We were the girls who were there at 9:45. Remember?
In my life, I wasn't late.
Oh Lord. We know some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Remember sometimes this place, Docklands. Is it
Yeah.
Docklands it was? Or
Yeah.
Dagenham, somewhere like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We will
Now
go and sit
LA
at the
now.
train station.
Yep.
We'll go and sit at the train station in the
Mhm.
flipping cold, dressed up, waiting for the time. Remember there was one time we got there early and we had to go and get something. And we came back and they were like, no, you can't go in. We were like, but we were here. And I remember the guy who said, all of you from here to here. Oh Lord.
So we've suffered some more.
Just to have fun.
Yeah,
And
man.
and that's what, thinking about it, that's what makes it fun though, because if you just go there and like normal, you pay, you get in, and there's no drama, there's nothing different, just music and dancing and whatever. It's
Mm.
not rememberable. Like it's the times, the places we went where nothing happened. I don't even remember them.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Where we had the crazy dramas, that's when.
That's true. That's true. Actually, that's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as adults, we actually appreciate the experiences we had
Mm.
before, obviously, post baby and post partners and husbands and all that kind of stuff. But being an adult has its ups and downs, isn't it? The bills and all of that. is difficult sometimes. But I feel like as an adult now, I have a much more clearer understanding of who I am. I know myself now.
Yeah.
It's like my self-confidence is not based on other people's opinion.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, if I wake up and I want to dress up like all pink drag and walk down the street and do hula hooping, whatever, I don't give a blood what you gonna think, really, because because I feel like this is life, and that comes with going through different phases of life and learning to appreciate what life really is, in the sense that it's a journey, it's the process. You know, I was listening to this. I like to listen to all this weird stuff about people who talk about life, and how do I put them?
Inspirational stuff.
Not necessarily inspirational. These ones are not inspirational, but they talk about life in a more spiritual sense. You know, them kind of people. Yeah, not religious, but spiritual kind of sense.
Sure.
And I was listening to this man, and he was saying, life is like what did he say? It's like a theater show, right? And every one of us is like a puppet. And God has the string, and He's pulling it, pulling it. And you, because you don't know that it's a theater, you are in there, you're so worried about what's happening to you and things like that. But at the end of the show, you come out and you realize, oh, that's just what it was. You know what I mean? So I feel like as an adult, whilst you're going through all these different, like, dangling, God dangling you here and then tossing, you come back and you're like, oh,
that was so bad.
Right. Yeah. That was all right. What doesn't kill you make you stronger.
That is true. That is true. So, that's what they say.
So I feel like that's one thing about adulting, which I feel like we can all appreciate. It's that realization of what life really is, and understanding that life is life, you know.
All right. So in terms of adulting, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you know, your 30s is like your 20s, but with more money. And then the saying goes, life begins at 40. What do you think of by the time you get to 40? Do you think that's really when, like, everything in your life will be kind of settled and that's when your life will truly begin? Or do you think that that's just a saying?
That's what I'm hoping. You know?
Absolutely.
I feel like we're saying before, 20s is party stage. Have fun. Enjoy your life, you know?
Yeah.
30s, I see 30s as the building stage. You know what I mean? Because whilst you're having fun, you're doing little bits and pieces here and there, but it's not
you're
really
setting
together.
The foundation, kind of.
Yeah, foundation, yes. And then 30s is like, you know, putting it there, putting everything together. And yeah, I feel like that's what 30s are, because in your 30s, like, I feel like you have much more, your mindset is more like matured and broadened. If you're lucky enough to experience a lot of different things in life, so you are more aware of yourself and what you want. You know, I've gone through the broken heart, the divorce, if you've been divorced, the anger management, the counseling, the mental health, you know what I mean? Like, you go through all of that because you are kind of lost in it when you're in your 20s. But 30s, I feel like you're coming out of all of that, trying to put everything together to just build. And 40s is when you are still working on it, but you should be able to have a lot of fun at this time. Like, even thinking of like education wise, I always say when I see people who are like 45 and they're like, oh, I'm going to get my degree. Yeah, it's good. If that's what you want, go and get the degree. But I'm like, no, holidays. No, like, I will not demotivate you and tell you not to do it, because if that's something you really want to achieve, do it for yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm like, hey, why you put that? You know, like, chill, have fun. You get what I mean? Like if you're doing, especially if you're doing it because you want to start building life a whole new thing again, that's a lot of work, because you have a lot of people who have so many, let's say 10, 15 years of experience to compete with. And although it's possible, I feel like it strips you away from being able to enjoy your life, because you've gone through so much, you work so hard, like time for the holidays. You get what I mean? The proper holidays, time for the chilling. Yeah. So, yeah. But what do you think though? Do you have the same?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, I mean, what they say about your 20s, it's the party stage, it's the fun stage. You're finding out about yourself, or beginning to find out about yourself, because up until you're 20, you're still kind of conforming to society somewhat, because you all want to do the same thing. You want to do the same thing as your friends, kind of. And then after 20, you start to branch off and start to do your own thing. And then you're discovering more about yourself, more about the world. And then come 30, it's an enjoyable time. But obviously, like we said, the responsibility is there. And although sometimes that also means more money, there's still the responsibility. So
Exactly.
But come 40, because think about it, if you are one of the people who were lucky enough to, I don't know, start a mortgage when you were like, I don't know, 25. 40s, you're almost done with that mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
So life really is gonna start at 40. You're going to enjoy, you're gonna have more money in your account. Your kids are gonna be somewhat grown. You ain't gotta wipe nobody's bum. You
I
can.
want my nugget. Yeah, let me eat a nugget on that. A nugget toast.
You ain't got to, it's time for you to, and that's also the stage you'll probably enjoy your children more, because you can go places with them, talk to them and do stuff with them. So I think by 40, obviously we're in our 30s now, we're still enjoying it, but I am excited for what else is to come in our future,
Like me, I want to retire at 45. Like, I don't know how that's going to happen.
Amen. We claim it.
Like, we're talking about, let's say, going to Ghana. I don't want to go to Ghana and be wondering, how am I going to pay my bill? Like, you go at me. So when I say retiring, I'm just going to be sitting in the house and, just going home.
You'll have your hands in different pots.
Exactly.
Bringing you money. Money over here, money over there.
Exactly. And doing something, but not necessarily having to rely on that for my survival. You get what I mean? So, and that's the thing. And saying that though, everyone is different, and life begins wherever you want your life to begin, or whatever you value at that particular point. Because someone will say my life began at 10 because maybe 10 I was, whatever, so it's up to you. But for us, we are looking at 40s as the time where we could look back and say, it's like
I can breathe,
Yeah, for like a different type of 20s, like. At 40, I'm not gonna be doing this. See where his mind is going. Definitely not, baby.
No. Wait, so anyway, I was gonna say, how many kids do you think you'll have by 40? And what ages do you think they'll be? Because 40 is not that long away, We're almost no, but I'm saying in general, like
we're grown. I mean, God knows I'm having 2 kids.
Oh, yeah. You said you're only having 2. Jeez.
Here's the first one. The girl is going to be around within the next 2-3 years. Within the next 2 to 3 years. It could be next year, it could be the year after, but definitely before he's like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're
I'm
still
just
going to be young. So when we say 40s, with me, I look at more of like, yeah, like 42, 41 go.
yeah.
Because
That's
then,
nice.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, he wanted 6, so let's not even this vagina is not pushing out 6 children. Not with them big ass heads that he's got. No. But I think we compromised and left it at 4.
Or,
I don't know if I can get 3 additional babies out by 40.
you know, they got them tablets people been taking now.
What tablet?
Why? You need to do your research.
For
See how
what?
some people popping out for and like having triplets and all of them stuff?
I thought that's IVF.
Nay, I probably give them some medication.
All right. So I could pop out 3 in 1 year. That would work.
I don't have the facts, but a friend of mine, yeah, a former colleague of mine, she's in her 50s, pregnant with triplets.
Robert.
Doesn't have kids, so I'm super excited for her. But whenever I speak to her, she's like, I said, she goes, you know how it feels. I said, no, I know how 1 feels now. I don't know how 3 feels.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
So when this boy is cheeky. Look, say hello.
Say hello, Z. Hello.
This will shut him up. Getting excited because of the light and the talking, isn't it? So I mentioned it to her. I was like, oh, my colleague is having like mothers. Y'all know how it feels.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you, little man. I'm talking here. And then the person was like, oh, there's this tablets that obviously if like you want to conceive and you're having issues and they see that you don't have like problem, but it's just not happening for whatever reason, they can give that to you instead of IVF. I don't know if they do that in the UK, but they do it in Nigeria.
Oh.
I don't know about the UK or anywhere else, but they do in Nigeria. Possibly in
some of them kills in Nigeria because
you know how Nigerians happen to have more kids, especially when they are older and they try to have kids. Yeah, they just do it. So I mean, you could look into that option.
Okay.
But 4, you need to hurry up. Where's number 2?
Did y'all hear anything? I can't hear anything. Did you hear something?
The way someone is staring in there, she's looking like, take that out. You don't need this. You only use this when you want to sleep. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
He's just trying to milk it, innit? He's like, I notice you need me to be quiet, so
I must shout louder.
Exactly. Clap your hands. Clap for everyone in there. Clap, 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 clap. Clap, clap. Clap for this, your godmother to see. Clap, clap, clap. Yes. Good boy, Baba.
Well done.
This thing is the one.
Lockdown's gonna be over soon. I can come see you, Z. Yeah.
Can't wait for all of this to be over, Baba.
Wow. We're almost there.
I like the way you came and the conversation is just like not flowing anymore.
It's okay. In long and short of it, this is what happens when adulting happens because
it's all part of adulting. So
Yep.
As much as we are excited to grow and we're blessed, of course, because not everyone gets to be an adult, and not everyone gets to have the opportunities and the life that we have. So as much as we are blessed and we appreciate it, it has had its ups and downs. And sometimes you don't want to be an adult. But we wouldn't trade it for the world either, because growing is also a great time. Growth is also a good. Hey,
I'm so done. Z, what is wrong with I'm not even gonna say what's wrong with you. You and your god brother need to stop that rubbish that you lot like to do.
Go. Wait now. Go and do something. When I finish, you eat, yeah? Oh, yeah, you like sitting in this chair. I forgot. Come and sit here with me. Come and sit in this chair. Oh, my God. Be a co-host. Go ahead, sit down. That's it. That will keep him occupied for
a while, innit? But yeah, no.
So
yeah. Welcome to adulthood, man.
Welcome to adulthood, guys. It's great. Yeah.
It's great.
What I said, I didn't even look convincing myself.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't even sound convincing. It's okay.
It's because I'm talking, so he thinks he's part of the conversation. And now we are singing. Keep singing, yeah? Give people some vocals.
You know? Yeah, boy, and he's giving it, boy.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, it's all part of adulthood.
That's all we can say.
Yep.
All right, guys. As you guys can see, our third host came to town, and he's on a different road drive. He's not on this adulting lifestyle at all. So there's not much we can say, OG. But we're going to wrap up here, and we say thank you once again for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on all our socials. It's Motherhood and Beyond Podcast. Subscribe to our channels. You can watch us on YouTube, and see little man that you can hear his voice. See his face there. The kids are growing. Thanks to God. Adulting is a blessing, but it's difficult at the end of the day. But we all got to do it, and we love doing it. So have a good week, and we're gonna be here again in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
I said 2. The 2 I showed 3. So you guys
2
in 2 weeks' time. It's motherhood. That's not adulting, that's motherhood. So all right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Oh, good.
Yeah.